Good morning, graduates. Thank you so much for the invitation to be here with you today on such an auspicious occasion where you are graduating from a remarkable institution that remains a citadel of educational empowerment here in the state of Michigan. I want to thank the Chancellor, the able Chancellor of this college, Dr. Curtis Ivory, and the leadership, the faculty, the staff who make it possible or made it possible for all of you to arrive at today's graduation. And I want to begin by congratulating all of you who have made it. I can imagine it was not an easy decision for you. It was perhaps a difficult and a complex journey, but you're here because of your deep and profound sense of determination to get through the exercise, the academic exercise that enabled you to be here today. And so on your graduation, I say congratulations to all of you. Allow me to share with you for a few minutes the theme for this graduation, moving beyond your limitations. Is such a profound topic because it underscores the necessity and the need for us not to be limited by perceptions, by cross-cultural lines, and by what I call the racial caste system. In 1967, October 26, in Philadelphia, at the Barrett Junior High School, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. gave a speech, and he titled it, "What is Your Life's Blueprint?" And so almost 5 decades, 50 years after Dr. King gave that speech in Philadelphia, I want to ask you that question again here today. What is your life's blueprint? And if you understand what your life's blueprint is, you'll understand the need to move beyond the limitations and the perceptions that you cannot do what you're capable of or what you've been gifted in doing. Understanding our life's blueprint, understanding your sense of purpose, understanding the need for you to make a difference in society. Each of us are endowed with a gift. Each of us are endowed with talents. Each of us are endowed with remarkable abilities that allow us to use our talents in an environment where we can find a sense of achievement. So as Martin Luther King Jr. asked the question, more than 5 decades ago in Philadelphia, what is your life's blueprint? I ask you today, on your graduation, what is your life's blueprint? I hope it is one that will allow you to be who you are in being an asset to this community, in being an asset to your community. I hope your life's blueprint is one that will allow you to make a significant difference in helping to advance the cause of justice, freedom, and equality. I hope your life's blueprint is one that will allow you to help us answer some of the fundamental and most important challenges that the coronavirus pandemic has raised and has brought forth, example, health disparities. I hope your life's blueprint, graduates, is one that allows you to redefine the current set of circumstances that besiege the Black community, the current challenges that we have that are faced by so many underserved communities, that your life's blueprint is one that will bring solution-oriented programs to the table, that your life's blueprint is one that will help us address the disparities that we find in our communities, whether they're in Detroit, in Southeast Michigan, across the state of Michigan, or around the country. It was said by a philosopher, the unexamined life is not worth living. Let me repeat. It was said that the unexamined life is not worth living. So as you consider, as you prepare, as you rise up to move beyond the limitations, understand that people's perception of you, of who you are, does not limit your ability. As you prepare to move beyond those perceptions, those precepts, those traditions that tend to hold us back, understand this, that the unexamined life is not worth living, that we must each live lives that are examined, that we are each called to live lives that will make an impact, that we are each called to live lives that will respond to the challenges of the modern era, that we are each called to live lives that will positively impact and help those who feel marginalized, those who live on the fringes of society, that we will live an examined life that won't look the other way when we see so many challenges, so many problems that we're faced with in this era. This is your moment to move beyond the limitations. This is your era to knock down the doors of limitation. This is the age in which you're called to say no to those who say, can anything good come out of this graduation class? This is a time for you to rise up and be who you want to be. Because you've been walking a long walk to academic achievement. But now we need you to engage, we need you to participate in the long walk to freedom. And the long walk to freedom calls upon you to move beyond the limitations that people have placed on you and help your community. Help lift up your community. Help be a voice to those who feel voiceless in this moment and in this era. If you're going to be a doctor, we hope you'll be a doctor who cares about justice and freedom. If you're going to be a lawyer, we hope you'll be a lawyer who is concerned about the disparities in the criminal justice system. If you're going to be an educator, we hope you'll be an educator who is concerned about the disparities in education in our system. If you're going to be an engineer, we hope you'll be an engineer who is concerned about the limited number of black engineers in this nation and in the state. Whatever role, if you're going to be a journalist, we hope you'll be a journalist who understands and recognizes the fact that we need more authentic black voices in the media. Whatever profession you choose to rise beyond your limitations, it is my hope that you will do so, understanding that what you stand on today, that what you've achieved is the product of a legacy of generation of men and women who paved the way. It was Ralph Waldo Emerson who said, do not go where there is a trail. Go where there is no trail. Go through a path where there is no trail and leave a trail. What you have done, you stand on the shoulders of generations, of individuals, men and women who paved the way for you to be where you are today in this college, for you to be able to graduate. So all that I'm asking and beseeching of you today is to give back. All that we are asking is for you to look somebody and lift them up. A few months ago, actually just about a month and a half, I spoke at Dillard University in New Orleans. I gave a lecture on race and income inequality. Dillard University is one of our most prominent historical black colleges and universities. It's the alma mater of the Reverend Martin Luther King Sr., the father of Dr. King. At the conclusion of my lecture at Dillard University, I said that we are called in this life to adopt a community-based proposition, not a self-based proposition. That a self-based proposition is the unexamined life. The community-based proposition is the examined life. And it's the life that believes in sacrifice. It's the life that is filled with generosity. It's the life that understands the necessity, the urgency to help those who have been disenfranchised. The examined life, which is a community-based proposition life, is one that recognizes that you, the graduates, can be the miracle makers, that you can make so much impact, have a positive impact on this world, in this society, that you can live this world better than what it was before. As I conclude my remarks, I want you to understand and to recognize that you would not be where you are. You would not be who you are without the investments that were made in your lives. That you're here graduating because an investment was made. Somebody made a bet. Somebody was skeptical along the lines, but somewhere they were convinced that you can move beyond the perceived limitations of life. And they decided to make an investment in your life. What that means is that because the investment has been made in your life, that you also have to be able to pay it forward. You have to move beyond those limitations to pay it forward and make an investment in other lives. And the way you can do so is by using whatever career you have chosen, whatever vocation you have chosen, whatever academic feat that you're getting ready to get into. Use those to make necessary investments in the larger community. Because at the end of the day, when the candle light is dim and the hour is late, all that will be asked of you, the graduates, is your legacy. All that will be asked for all of us is our legacy and what we have been able to do. So today, I say once again, congratulations. And I urge you to rise up and be a leader. Rise up and make a difference. Rise up and be the definition of moving beyond the perceived limitations of life. And most importantly, anytime you feel like something is stopping you, look at yourself in the mirror and ask the Socratic question that Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. asked in Philadelphia in 1967. What is my life's blueprint? Thank you and congratulations.